so since I'm going to be doing a multi-part series on arcade basics, I figured I would give you guys a little bit of history on my machine and sort of what it's running right now and that sort of thing. So I actually got this off of eBay about a year and a half ago, and the only reason that I could afford this one was that it was in really, really bad shape. When I got it, it was really dirty, it didn't work. I had to do a lot of the wiring and try to get the monitor fixed, add speakers, etc. I'm going to show you how I did all of those things in case any of you guys run into the same problems. And I do recommend, if you're going to buy a machine, you know, I think it's kind of fun to work on it, and so you might want to consider trying to get one of these sort of junker machines and then fix it up. I think it really can be a point of pride, really. So I actually have a switcher on this that allows for 6 different boards to be connected at one time, which is totally awesome, and I'll do a separate video about that. But the board that's in the first slot is actually a main board, and you can get these for not too much, especially compared to some of the other arcade boards. But this one has, you can see it has 1,315 games on it. It's got a lot of the classics like Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, Defender, Robotron, and Robotron is actually with the dual stick control, so it's really a lot of fun. And Smash TV also has the dual stick control. You may notice this is the Sega Astro City. Normally this is a 3-button cabinet, but this one, the control panel, actually already had 6 buttons on it, so I just wired all those up, and I'll show you guys how to do that at some point later as well. I also added a coin insert button, just in case, you know, most boards allow you to go free play, but actually, believe it or not, this main board did not have an option for free play, so in any case, so I made a little coin insert button there. So you've got your main board here. In the second slot, I actually have a Dreamcast, and you can see that up here. And I made the harness for that myself, and I'll show you guys how to do that in a separate video as well. So you can see we've got a little bit of Soul Calibur in there right now. Fantastic game, and it really looks great on this low-res monitor. I was a little surprised. Alright, in the third slot we have a Japanese Sega Saturn, and right now we have a little bit of Batsugun in there. It's a classic shooter game, and these Saturn games are so much, especially the shooters, are so much fun to play on an arcade machine like this. And of course, being that a lot of them are actually arcade ports, it's a lot cheaper to just get the Saturn games than to get all of these boards, and you've got all these things sort of laying around. So this is a much easier way of going about it. And I also made my own harness for the Saturn board, and I'll show you how to do that in a separate video as well. Alright, in the next slot, we have a Neo Geo MVS, and this is just a 1 slot, so it's fully JAMA compatible. And this cart that I have in right now is Fast Striker. Some of you guys may recognize this one. There's still, this game came out last year. There's still some games being developed for the Neo Geo. This was also released on the Dreamcast, so if some of you guys want to have this for your home collection, you can get this on the Dreamcast as well, for a lot cheaper too. And unfortunately, you can still see a little bit of the burn-in. Part of the reason I tried to replace this monitor at one point is there's a little bit of burn-in from the game that was in there before, but it's not too bad. Alright. And the last thing we have is I have a Sega STV board, and right now it's running Cotton Boomerang. I also have Radiant Silvergun for it. And I really like this board. My only issue is that there's something wrong with the sound. Whenever the sound is connected to the board, it freezes up eventually. I'm actually sort of surprised that it's loading right now. But in any case, this is Cotton Boomerang. This is a nice little cute 'em up, and I think it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's basically what it's running right now. And just for the sake of hearing what I'm saying, I'll turn the sound off on that. So basically, that's my machine. I did sort of go back and forth between getting an American machine and one of these Japanese candy cabs. If you're not familiar with candy cab, these are a completely different animal from the American machines. Usually the American ones are made out of wood. They weigh a ton and they're a pain to move around. These machines, I think, are great for home. They're actually sit-down machines, so you can get little stools like I've got here to just kind of sit at the machine and play. Also, it has wheels on the back, so you can literally just lift this up and roll it around. It's really lightweight, so it's easy to move around a lot, and obviously you're not going to be moving it a whole lot, but just getting it in and out of wherever you're going to put it is so much easier when it's got the wheels on it. You can just tip it up and roll it wherever you want. The only downside to it, and you can see this board is frozen up, so I'll just go ahead and move that back to the first one. But in any case, the only downside is that some of the, like for instance, the monitor board is kind of hard to get to. If you need to get to anything from the back side, it's a little difficult. But there are the monitor adjustments are under this front board, which kind of opens up, and I'll show you that in a separate video as well. But yeah, that's basically my arcade machine, and I'll show you how to do some of the things that I've done in separate videos, and thanks for watching.